Let's see if I have this thing working. Wow, it's been far too long. Well, and what let's see if I can get the webcam up and running here. Here I am. Oh, with the bad lighting. I completely forgot to test for that. Well, so it's been years and years and years since I think it has actually literally been since I've been doing this. And oh boy, I'm completely out of practice. And all the things that I've studied changed, which is confusing. So I guess the first thing I need to know is whether or not this stream is actually recording everything that I'm doing. Okay, right now my voice isn't actually being recorded in the stream, so let's just double check that. Which is very odd. Is my view of my own screen actually actually reducing desktop audio so you can hear my voice. Checking my voice. And I have actually no way of muting the game while I'm trying to talk. Yo game, stop talking. There we go. Let's see if I can get this working properly. Yeah, okay, so I'm not hearing the game. This is very strange. Yeah, okay, so I'm not hearing the game. This is very strange. Okay, it sounds like the game is being played. I'm actually going to reduce it so I can hear myself think. Yeah, I'm sorry, none of this was supposed to be live. But what you gonna do? There we go. And there we go. Okay, so let me mute my own stream and stuff. Now, here's the thing. I'm not entirely sure how things are going to work because, well, I'm new at everything. Well, it has been far too long since I've played this game. So I do have bunches of stuff I want to talk about while I'm actually doing the stream. So let's see if I can pull that off, because that would be rather I'm using for me. I guess the first thing to talk about is the fact that Minion is not here. So this is me doing everything on my own because he has demonstrated himself as he's demonstrated himself as being rather inconsistent. Inconsistency is one of the things that I would like to talk about at some significant length. To start with, today I am going to talk about those sorts of responsibilities, what I would just generically call obligations. And I'm going to talk a bit about the podcast and kind of where we came from. And obviously I'm going to be playing the game at the same time, so it's going to be rather distracted. I do have some interesting stuff regarding physicality that I want to talk about, as well as maybe I'll repeat it, although I don't know if I can think and repeat it at the same time as playing a game, but I might talk about quiet computing. Quiet computing is one of the more important things in my life. It has been for, like, do I say decades now? Right? Do I actually have the ability to capture... I can't use my mouse or keyboard at the same time as playing the game. Okay. So, I'm restreaming right now, and it's been a very, very long time since I've done any of this kind of stuff. And it's been a very long time since I played this game. And I've only ever played this game, well, this iteration of things. I've played this game for a very, very long time. So for people listening, this is Okami. Specifically, this is Okami HD. It's a re-release of a PlayStation 2 game for PC. It's available on Steam. And I was really pleased to learn that this came out in this way, because if I can actually remember how to do anything. An orange. Okay. And I was really pleased because I held on to a PlayStation 2 and even repurchased the game, and after I sold a previous copy of it. And I bought a spare PlayStation 2, and I even had all kinds of like video capture stuff and conversion stuff to make sure that I could get the game working on contemporary hardware, because attaching a PlayStation 2 to contemporary stuff is actually rather challenging. So, for example, some of it's pretty obvious, right? Like, you need the correct adapter to get the video output from a PlayStation 2 to a contemporary monitor, as opposed to an old-fashioned, well, a middle-fashioned TV. But if you wanted the best quality out of a PlayStation 2, what you want is to get one of the high-quality video cables. A lot of people don't know they even exist. And one of the features that it's going to have is S-Video out. And S-Video is it's a known format. It's a significant format. And if you want to display that stuff, your contemporary video equipment probably doesn't have anything that can use that, anything that can even adapt to that in any simple way. And in order to get S-Video working for a display, you need some sort of intermediary conversion box, like an actual separate thing. For a lot of video, really what it comes down to is swapping the pins around to make the adapter, to make the plugs fit together. And I actually don't have one quite on me, but I've got a number of them that do HDMI, DVI, and VGA adaptation between any of the formats. And some of them are built into the cable themselves, and some of them are just like a little dongle where you just plug one and then you plug in one long HDMI cable, and it's got HDMI at both ends. And you can do stuff like this, and your equipment will, it's electrically compatible, right? So you just adapt things. But for S-Video, that's not really true. So for the PlayStation 2, what I had was a separate little box that needed its own, sorry, merchant, that needed its own power and all this other kind of stuff. And it worked. Well, so first off, I needed all that because I had a monitor that was contemporary at the time that had S-Video in, and it could do picture-in-picture and a bunch of other stuff that is more common these days, but at the time it was very good. And again, I got it because of Okami, so I could get ludicrously high quality video on that thing, and it was wonderful. But when that broke, I had to get a separate box and kind of hook that up to a spare monitor and all this kind of stuff, and it became very, very challenging. And I ended up kind of, before I figured that out, which was hard, I didn't play the game, and I moved, and things got boxed. And so when I learned, I actually went looking when I learned that this game had been ported, as well as my other favorite game, which I don't know how to pronounce, Disgaea. When it came out, I was ecstatic because I no longer needed to deal with any of that extra junk, and it was quite. But the thing is, I'm going to keep my PlayStation 2 and all the original stuff, and I don't even remember anything about this game. It's kind of embarrassing. Okay, so I don't want options. I know my map is over here. I don't know how to zoom out. Okay. And so I used this as a way to get into streaming, and there were a couple other projects that I had going, and they... Okay, so I've got my map. Oops. No, I didn't want to do that. And I used to do reading, and I would do zoom out. Oh, that's right. This maps over to proper PlayStation 2 controls. So I'm using the actual authentic from the PlayStation 2 controller, and I've got a USB adapter and the game Magic. I've got Disgaea has controller support. However, it doesn't work. It works, but it maps all the buttons over to Xbox controller buttons, which are not in quite the same arrangement, and can make life very, very difficult. So it's hard to remember how to play the game and map over all the different controls. So I think I did go with the Xbox controller for that, just for simplicity, until muscle memory figured stuff out. And a couple of the controls were actually different for the port, which was really confusing. Specifically some camera angle shifts. But Okami maps over just perfect, and it looks great. And I think the original game isn't widescreen. I can't remember. But at least muscle memory for slashing stuff randomly works. Which is one of the most important skills. Okay, so... No, I never want to do that. Okay, so I want to talk about one of the most important things in life, which is having... It's something like consistency. So it's obligations. And having... Most people, they're pulled into obligations based on essentially biology, based on nature, which is you need to eat, you need to sleep, you need to drink, you need shelter, all Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? And and people are driven by that, and it can be, but it's not motivating, not exactly, it's not fulfilling, it's kind of, it's wearying. And this doesn't have the mini game. Oh, I'm so upset. That actually bothers me so much. And so, do I know how to fight? I don't. Well, let's see what happens. Oh, this is remarkably easy. Haha, I remember. Yeah, the annoyance about this game is that it's far too easy to fight. Oh, and that was the escape. Bark. Haha, free, what is this? What creature is this? It's a fox. Free fox. And wait, what? I don't have to hold the control? Oh. And so obligations based on hierarchy of needs is actually really unfulfilling, really depressing. And I got to think about that because that's one of the problems that Minion faces. And for him to have been so demoralized that he can't wake up on time to do the podcast, a podcast he knew about the day before, the week before, the month before, how 38 episodes. This would have been the 38th episode. And so it's going to be my first on my own. And the fact that he couldn't be motivated to do that is an extremely serious problem. Now, that the obligation of doing something for somebody else is a little different than doing something for somebody else because you have to fulfill those needs. So for example, you have a job, therefore you have to get up, therefore you have to dress and clean yourself and all this kind of stuff. Those obligations aren't exactly leading to fulfillment. They're just leading to the necessities of employment in order to eat and not die. Now, women have their heads on straight by and large in comparison to the majority of men. Men will see employment much more directly as a kind of an asocial, so it's detached from people, as a thing that has to get done. And women will far more frequently see that as one of the elements in life that will where all the other choices they make will kind of accumulate towards something like purpose, or you could say happiness. So a lot of men will, like, employment is work. It's not meant to be fun. You go to work to work. It's not fulfilling as itself, and women make choices more often that have employment as fulfillment, which has less overtime and is less dangerous and stuff like that. And men will go after things just for the one blunt reason of making money, and that's all it's good for. And so that masculine perspective is somewhat, I mean, you can it's a fine argument to say that it's not healthy. That's fine. And that there is a perspective that you could take employment and just have it as a piece of a puzzle. You could actually have it in that puzzle where men have employment, right? Again, on average, right? So the masculine perspective is employment is separate from the jigsaw puzzle of finding fulfillment in life. Fulfillment happens after hours. It happens on the weekends. It happens, this kind of stuff. Whereas there's some greater view that, everyone that I've known, can I make a bomb here and blow up this pile of leaves? Apparent. Not if the moon gets in the way. That's going to make no sense in audio. Okay. And, I mean, you can argue that more and more, I'd like to say that more and more men are cluing in to how employment is annoying, how it's kind of unfulfilling and all this kind of stuff. I must have been here before because it's obvious to blow a hole in that. Oh, okay, I guess not. And it's, I've had everybody talk about, and I've talked with women about how they view purposes in life. And the employment aspect of it is they will actually choose education and careers, if that's even a thing, and jobs based on other social aspects, based on if it gives them other things, if it fulfills them in other ways. And men will just have the employment as a thing that's separate from what matters to them in life. And you can really see this sort of thing happen when a person starts a family, would be the phrase, right? So when a woman becomes a mom, her view on employment does not include a whole lot of overtime. Why? Obligations that include children, right? And this isn't one of these stay-at-home mom things, but you'll see a father will volunteer to actually go do overtime and all these kinds of things that actually involve not being with the family. And it's not as a way of dodging the family. It really isn't. It's his way of contributing to the endeavor is to make the sacrifice of staying away. But this stuff is all obvious to somebody that's actually been alive for a little bit of time. This is not exactly something that is told in school and all this kind of crap. A person might have to discover this the hard way these days. At any rate, so that's about obligations. Employment is a certain kind of obligation. That's not what I want to talk about. If this is for example, for this podcast, it's a hobby obligation. You can make a good argument that says that a person can understand themselves well enough to pick certain hobbies, which that does not look like a safe place for me to go. You could say that a hobby is a choice that you make that kind of leads to fulfillment, but that's a wonderful dream and not necessarily true. And so, I mean, I suppose I could have some. I'm dying here. I don't want to die here. This is a really unhappy place that I don't want to stay in because I don't have enough ink pots to actually survive. So, ink pots in this game is like your life bar. And so it's bleeding out in that space because it's all cursed and haunted and stuff. And whoa, there's a dodge. Oh, I forgot about this. I even forget about that in the real game, just because there's no point in dodging. And so a hobby may or may not be fulfilling in the same way as a person. Is that a monkey? Hello, monkey. Are you all? You're all happy to see me? Hey, a free monkey. I'll just take you to these bad guys over here. And so, I mean, there's some self-examination to be made about whether or not well, I don't know what to do with that. I wish I could just teleport back to the beginning. Not exactly start over, but I can't remember how to play. I have done this part already. Can I fall down? Oh. Oh, do I need to run all the way over there now? Oh, no, I can't. I don't know how to get up there. Oh, that stinks. All the things. Oh, it's because I need to know how to make wind. No, I know how to make sunlight, but not wind. Okay, so I don't know how to make wind yet. I don't know how to pass gas. So, for what was I talking about? I was talking about obligations. So a hobby may or may not be actually fulfilling, but you can have obligations in that they'll make you get up in the morning, they'll motivate, etc. Now, hopefully that motivation does lead to something wonderful way down the road that you've been working on. Have I gone down here before? Sanctuary. That is inside. I don't want to go there. Hello, horse. Have I fed you? I have. So, for this podcast, it is an opportunity to find some sort of obligation that has a schedule, and the schedule will have certain requirements, very similar to employment. So, It would involve getting up at a certain time. I have a checklist, which I haven't actually talked about in a long time. There's the obvious presentation for a camera and setting up the room and stuff like this. In order to make the stream possible, I had to go through quite a lot of madness. And unfortunately, I broke part of my streaming setup really heavily. And I actually don't know exactly how it happened. OBS Studio, which is what I'm using for doing my streaming, and in this case is restreaming. Hello to everybody in Periscope. How are you doing? And the challenge that was involved with all of these different things. I'm not allowed in there yet. Big drawbridge. Phoenix statues. Uh-oh. Okay. I do not remember this. Okay, so the Phoenix statues need to be lit on fire. You are suspicious patch of flowers. Nope. Okay, so it's possible to invent a hobby, just pick anything at all, because if a person doesn't have any obligations, a lot of things just kind of erode. Time passes, a person can't. And you can say something mean like, oh, I wonder if I can take the fire from there to the statue. I do not know how to do that yet. I don't know how to get anywhere, and I need a better map. So the podcast was an opportunity to have an obligation with a set of things. And the hope with doing a lot of things on the internet, such as streaming, is that the obligation then has a public, has an audience pressure. And that audience pressure, I've talked about previously how programmers have an idea called moral support. And moral support is a social driving force that actually, it's a reward for them, for their work. And it's not money, but it really does help motivate, help influence. I don't remember how to play, and I might have to start over from scratch. This is so depressing. Okay, so I am in Japan somewhere. Great, that helps, thanks. And so do I just go straight way the heck over there? Zoom out, and if I just go, okay, well, I can't go west, so there must just be places where I haven't visited yet, somewhere in the east, obviously. And I don't know if there's a north-south in this game at all, because it goes all weird and underground and stuff. Okay, so I don't know how to make fire, I don't know how to make wind, I don't know how to dig through that yet. And I know all these things because I have played and have won this game before while playing with a 6-year-old. That's a fun story. I have to cut their wings, right? Ooh, a demon claw, or a tooth, or whatever these are. Oh. That's why I should be quiet. And this guy drums, and I'm supposed to jump over him and confuse him. Haha, okay, and the teeth, or the fangs, demon fangs, I can't remember what they're for, but they're really important. They're like gold. I can't remember why. Okay, so I haven't quite been here before? Or at least not during the day, I guess. Hello, dear. Hey, herbs. And I'll just leave it here while I talk. Okay, so there's internal obligations and there's external pressure. This is one of the things that's presented as a notion for people who are, for example, trying to lose weight. Is first you should have friends that aren't toxic. They're not your friends if they're mean. Like, that should be pretty obvious. And so if a person has an exercise goal of some sort, usually it's flattened down to weight, which is a really bad perspective because that number isn't actually what people want. You want shape. You want you want to pinch and have less, this sort of thing. And you want to get away from people that say, no, don't do that. And they give their justification, usually because they don't want to do it themselves. And having a person who has supportive friends where they say, hey, I want to do this. And weight is the example that a lot of people use for this. So they say, I want to get in shape, or I want to exercise, or I want to lose weight, or I want whatever. And, I want to have my summer body. And the friends, they don't ask why necessarily. They don't pass any judgment. But they may not know how to articulate encouragement, right? Because not everybody really does. So they might not be good communicators. But having people to talk to, just to admit that the thing that you want to do in life is actually real, because you talk to people in the real world. Can I bite? I can bite a horse. That actually helps self-motivate. So you end up having kind of an obligation that is created by oneself, and nobody has to do anything. Like, your friends don't need to have some master plan of following up with you all the time. It's whenever you go and you see, you make friends, right? You go and you meet them, you do stuff. That used to be a thing back in my day. And where is my flower? Oh, I was just here. Never mind. I don't have water magic yet. Oh, no. But I have lily pad magic. Nope, I want the sun up. I don't want to see nighttime. No, I want the sun. I don't know how to jump that wall yet. I don't understand these walls. I don't think they made any sense to me even in the past. And so telling people that you've got some sort of goal in mind is very valuable for not necessarily for their new responsibility for encouragement or anything like that, but you will be reminded of that goal every time you go and see the people that you've admitted the thing to. And this means that if your hobby comes up against streaming, I was just here, wasn't I? Oops. Okay, so I want to go further to the east. I wish there was a mini map with, I guess this kind of counts. It kind of happens automatically when in streaming, where when you have an audience, then whether or not they remind you, you will feel self-obligated, motivated in some sense to continue and possibly even to improve. That's the hope. That's part of why I'm doing stuff that's technically single player, and I'm doing it online without necessarily doing any audience building. I don't even think I have bots anymore because I haven't streamed in so long that nobody expects to see me. Oops. Where's my map? That's not even on my map. Where am I? Oh, okay, so that's a special pass. This is a south. Oh, this is inside. I can't remember this place. Oh, I haven't fed you? I haven't fed you. Try fish? Oh. they ate fish. That's silly. And so having an audience certainly would help, especially because there are the occasional extra. There's a certain kind of sociality that a person might have that would make a particular audience member interact in a certain way and perhaps to be motivating in that way. But that's not necessarily common, and you can't expect people to be like that. So I guess I haven't been in here before, at least for a very long time. And I know there's a pearl there, but I can't remember what to do. And okay, so that's motivation, and that's why I'm pursuing this right now, even though I'm really half prepared and I don't remember how to play the game and I'm being distracted. I'm not very good at talking while playing, because part of doing this is actually talking about the game as it's happening, and that really does interrupt the flow of having stuff to say, which has always been something that I wanted to do. I don't think most streamers have anything useful to add at all, and I would like to see that change with me, be the change kind of thing. Let's see, I have established that I don't know how to make wind, so I can't blow that fire out. Now, technically speaking, what would help is if I were to have this, I'm so bad at aiming that I can't actually bump into jars, so it's easier for me to just slash them, even though it's a waste of ink. And I don't even know what I would need to do with a gigantic pile of rocks, because I can't slash it. I can't blow it up. I can't burn it. Not that I know how. I don't know how to do... Okay, so there's a whole lot of stuff here that I just don't know what to do with. Huh. Okay, so there's a tree over there. Did I do that tree? Ooh. Let's see what's up here. What's up here? Oh, the mole people? Okay, I remember that a little bit. And not many people have the ability to talk and play at the same time properly. Especially if there was an audience. I wonder what I would be like. There's a village up here. Can I get there? That is further away than I've ever been. I'm gonna have to, I don't even know how long I can stay up on these pads to regenerate ink. Oh, that's stuff. Oh, crap, how do I use items? Oh, I just wait. Okay, I'm good, I'm good. What's the point of that if my ink regenerates that quickly? I get dropped, and I get a flower, or I get a clover. Hello, Clover Studios. Oh man, I got 3. Or 4. That's really weird. These are meant to be beacons to tell people to come up here, because probably there's somewhere else to go. Okay. Does this lead anywhere? Because this is kind of important, because getting up here is annoying. What is over there? How do I get over there? That is way the heck over there. How did I get here? Okay, so I got up there. Does that mean if I go there, that opens up? That is really far. Can I do it? Can I do it? Yes! Oh, I don't know where that goes, but I want to go there. I hope it becomes really obvious, because I don't know how much time I have up here. Please, 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 please. Well, I don't know where that leads, but... Oh, it just does one of these. Oh, come on, really? No, and for sure, no, I don't want nighttime right now, because I want to see... Oh, a treasure. That's what all this was for. Is it a good treasure? Is it a good treasure? which is the headbutt. Oh, a statue. Whatever. I don't need gold. I don't even know where I put all of these statues. I have loot. I have a loot bag somewhere. Okay, so Kusa Village. I don't remember anything about that because that's not where I'm from. And oh. Like, what button does it? Okay, so I still want to go east. So yeah, talking and gaming at the same time is kind of challenging. And if there was an audience at the same time, then that would be extra challenging. And I understand why people would have chat whizzing by kind of halfway ignoring stuff. I think is rather, I mean, you would think that it is rude, but it's not like there's really any choice. People have actually shown like phones with notifications and stuff just whizzing by if they have too many people watching. But there's often interesting points to riff off of, which was really, okay, so now I remember back here, and I'm betting, so either I missed something back there that gives me the power to open this rock, or I was meant to go across this bridge and get something, then come back. Because this game does a lot of that. Like, now that you have this power, do everything all over again. And I think it does that a few times. Okay, this is a dude that uses teeth. Fangs, demon fangs. Chalky. Oh, so I have to, oh man. Make a cash offering and sleep on this mat. Okay, so I want 50 fangs. I want to grind for fangs. Increases godhood by 1 level. Increases godhood to max. I don't remember what that is. What's godhood? Fills the astral. I don't know what any of these things are. Oh, help me, game. Okay, this button. Tools. Oh, I need to use. Okay, so I don't want to go to Kusa Village. I want to go somewhere else to deliver that windmill to somebody for some reason that I can't remember. Okay, solar energy, ink pot, astral pouch. Say, oh, okay, so the astral pouch is an extra life. Oh, okay. I can't remember any of this stuff. So is that full? Am I at full? No, I would have to. So I don't need to earn, I don't need a bigger pouch. I do need to fill this, don't I? Do I need to? I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, good. I'm absolutely going to have to take some time and actually look through this because I can't remember anything. Okay. Let me move on to something else. So, so working with Minion has been an extremely challenging ordeal, really, because the stuff that would take him weeks would take me an afternoon. And I don't know that I can say that it's because I'm smart or anything. I think he just doesn't care. I think motivation is something that's very different for him. And I'm not a... It sounds weird, but I can motivationally speak into the void, but not necessarily direct that at an individual. And at the same time, maybe what I've said in the past just doesn't map over to him properly. So I've talked about eating your own dog food, and I've listened to my own stuff, and a lot of what I say is motivating from my perspective and ends up being very nice for me to listen to, and maybe it just doesn't get received by him. And that's a concern that I have. I really deeply understand that there are people that will receive things differently and have their own perspective or needs or something. I don't think really humans have come to terms with the notion that there are different sorts of people, and that what works for them, it is inevitable that it won't work for some other person or persons out there, and it isn't necessarily knowable. If you even find somebody that is like that, it could be anything else. It could be you don't understand something well yourself, you're not very good at conveying it, it's not being received very well because the person's not a good listener, it's not being understood very well, it's not being applied very well, the circumstances are what the circumstances are, and all you have to do is swap out the person there, and it's just a different sort of person that listens differently, or that, right, it's some sort of alienness happens between the speaker and the listener. And so me creating something that might be motivating for some particular individual, I'm projecting what I myself would be comfortable listening to, and that might not be received effectively for the next person. And even if it were, they may not be able to apply it in their particular life. So all the stuff that I might be able to provide for Minion might be ineffective because it would be effective for me and not for him for some reason. That's the perspective I have, but it appears that he's just unmotivated and uncaring, and that this is a very long time thing. I think it's that and a combination of, I mean, I unironically call him Minion, but he's not that useful. So there's something off, right? It's hard to talk about, and I can't tell if that's the alienness between me knowing me and me knowing another person, or something's busted or something. I don't know. So I attempted to have a plan where I would just sit down and like work with him on stuff until we get into shape. And I don't know if motivation would happen in there somewhere, hopefully. And it would be a way of just, so in programming, you have something called paired programming, which, I mean, in the real world, you would sit down next to somebody and you would work on something together and you would talk about it and you would troubleshoot together and you would experiment. And it's not meant to be team bonding or anything like that, but it is meant to have two heads working on a problem. And when you've got somebody who is more expert helping somebody who is less expert, and they're working on a problem together, and they can kind of talk about what's going on in their heads as they're working together, the junior programmer can bring up stuff immediately, and the senior programmer can explain or elaborate certain stuff on the spot. And this is very different from the notion of taking something, working on a project, getting stuck, and then presenting it to somebody, and then sitting down with them and talking to them. It's live, and it is not an instructor sort of situation. It is a cooperation with a kind of a gulf of limitation, so that the junior person really does need to constantly ask for help. It is really all about that person and learning. And I thought that maybe there could be something like that could apply to something like creating a podcast, talking about what's being done and why and how things work, and just going over and over. Okay, Bloom, I know that. Cherry Bomb, I know that. Yep. Rejuvenation is almost never used. Silly game. Like, I think it was used twice. Where something once existed. Oh, I didn't know I can. Oh. And Sunrise, okay. And a bunch of stuff I don't know. Oh man, a lot of stuff I don't know. Okay. Oh, I guess this tiger statue was new, which is nice for filling out this thing. Yeah, okay. So, but the thing is, he doesn't want to do that. So I don't know how to get to the point when he would want to do that sort of thing. And he's haunted by the phrase "learn to learn," but he doesn't actually understand anything. So I think it's just going to be abandoned because he's the type, and I'm done. Right? I was working on it because it was along the path of some stuff that I wanted to do, and it amused me to wonder if he might be capable of being useful, or learning, or going off on his own, or whatever. And I had a very open mind, and I was forgiving, and I was patient, and months later, and nothing. Getting it actually turned into a podcast, never actually happened. It got put up on YouTube as some videos, as audio files. And that's not a podcast. That's not nearly enough. So the podcast experiment is a failure for that, but there's a bunch of audio material that I'll have to learn how to embed that and put that up into videos myself. And my next challenge will be to take something like this and do editing such that I can make it better for YouTube. And this isn't a podcast, but I'll be borrowing a lot from that stuff. I'm also going to be able to do all of the wonderful audio engineering that I've gone on over and over to talk about a lot of the technical challenges for doing that stuff. I've learned some skills there. So if I just keep the momentum of having had all that effort, that scheduling, that all this kind of stuff, and just bring it back into all the stuff that I had been doing before and just improving it. Now that means when I do my read-alongs, I can go and I can extract the audio, I can do audio editing, I can reinsert the audio, which I don't know how to do, but I think it would be pretty straightforward because I've done something like that in different pieces for other projects. I know how to do the audio engineering stuff now, so I can improve all the audio after the fact. I know I've got better equipment now, things like this. I mean, I think this camera is even different from when I used to do stuff. So I can move on having improved, and so it hasn't been a waste of time. I have tried, I have provided, and it's the old, if you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, which I play the original game never even knowing how to run away from fights. Okay. Gold dust. Okay, so how much time do I have? Okay, technically speaking, I should be on a break coming up. I can't remember, so I'm going to do 50-10. I'm actually going to be doing I guess I have to find a place to save, a save point of some sort somewhere. And let's keep it sunlight. And where am I? That looks like a village. I wonder if there's a save point over there. I doubt it. Ah, that would be a save point because it looks like a circle. Wait, no, what? Hey. Is it down here? There we go, yes. No, what? I'm not very good at paying attention. Okay, is it in here? Yeah, it's in here. I'm gonna grab the save point. I don't know what to do about that water. But I'm going to save, and I'm going to take me a little bit of a break. Yes, I do have to look at my own controller. So this is save point 19. I don't know if I should be recording this. I've just been making more and more save points as I play along. Maybe I can take a note and this kind of stuff. And what this lets me do is this lets me exit so that people that come along later. Oh. No. Return to title. That's what I want. And I should be able to just do some sort of be right back. I don't have any of that stuff set up right now. And I'm going to mute my microphone very slowly. Well, I am back. Let me just get everything working. Well, hello. I am back, and let's log back into this game. I actually would prefer to have Disgaea instead of Okami, and it's been so long since I played that game. I don't think I've ever streamed it. That because it would just let me kind of like repeat stuff and then chat on the side rather than kind of this requires a little bit more thinking, and I need to figure out where I am in the story and all this kind of stuff. And I need to kind of read off in here because there is a logbook. Move list. Ooh. Yeah, rosaries are overpowered. But you can't parry, so no. Okay. Yeah, whoa. Okay, I'm going to have to read all these really quick. So there's actually, what's interesting about this game is it takes the time to create a travel guide of lore stuff with all the different elements of what you've gone through in the game to that point. So all of the things you've seen, you've done, the things you've faced, the things you've learned. And I have wondered how useful it actually is for me to have spent a bunch of time away and then to come back and kind of be reminded of everything, because I have more or less a fresh mind for a lot of things. And so it remains to be seen whether or not this is going to be useful at all. I do want to take a couple of notes of things that I have completely forgotten about in terms of, like, there are some improvements that I need to make to this show. And so I'm going to clickety-clack and have to edit a few things out from the editing. So scene changes. And timers, which is something that existed from the old podcast. Is somebody trying to get a hold of me? Yes, but Discord is being smart because I have it go into do not disturb mode. And there's some elements of the original podcast, because there was a video component of the original podcast, because I insisted that we have it streamed, even though it was a black screen, is we'd have countdown timers. Oh, and because my eight, man, I can hear the clicking in my voice. Ugh. Wow, that's awful. So there were countdown timers for segments. There was countdown timers for the show. The 50-10 concept, where there was 50 minutes of content and then 10 minutes of a break, where it was predictable, so that an audience member can also be like, can hold on and then take their break at the same time. It doesn't really matter for a podcast because that stuff's edited out, but for live stream it's really important. And I don't have those elements in this particular iteration of stuff. I've got, because I was the one that went and researched and made those things happen, but I don't have that material because I wasn't the guy running the streams, and I'm just kind of doing everything from scratch again with my own setup. And it's part of the fun is understanding all this stuff. And unfortunately, I had to do a reset of a bunch of things that I don't understand why OBS Studio started doing this really odd, grainy, zoomy problem. And so I was able to create a new profile and just kind of reset everything, but keep the same, more or less. I think I messed with it a bit. More or less the same scene collection, which was really useful. Really useful. Man, but they don't have an undo feature. All I need to do is a one-step undo. Like I messed something up, I clicked the wrong thing. I don't know what it was. I couldn't find it again. Everything went completely sideways. Never figured out how to fix it. The only thing was making a new profile. Whatever, it's working out well enough. I had to redefine a couple hotkeys, and that's whatever. I'm not going to deal with it anymore. But now I know that so I will go into when I'm in the optimization mode. So there's the 80-20, where 80% is you just using the skills you have, accomplishing the goals you've already set out. And the 20 is the experimentation part of things. And the thing is, the experimentation part of things, when you're experimenting with something that still works, the very first thing you need to do is back up what you've got, so that during your experimentation you can go wild and you can break things, because you're exploring the boundaries of what you understand and what you've done before. You can create really serious problems and damage your 80% time. So you can have a tool that was working just fine just kind of stops, and reinstalling might not work, and doing all of these other things. And the problem is, you might be tempted to do that tiny bit of, if I only did this little change for next show, it would just be great. And you do that, and that might actually trigger a problem that requires an hour of troubleshooting, because it might brush against something you've never seen before. And in my case, I'm generally fairly technically minded, and I didn't understand what happened to OBS Studio. And it represented the damaging of a huge amount, over the course of months, having tweaked OBS little by little. And this one thing just made every scene collection look like I was just zoomed into one, like an eighth of a chunk at the top left of everything. And it makes no sense. And trying to reset the views and get the scaling right, it's just none of that was working properly, and I don't know why. And Google wasn't telling me all of the answers, so that was rather frustrating. So when experimenting inside that 20%, it's really important to take a snapshot of what's successful. Maybe even at the end of every single show, just kind of take a snapshot of what's been done. And that way, when experimenting, if something doesn't work out, you can roll back to the last successful, in my case, the last successful use of OBS Studio. And what I did that for the audio engineering stuff that I had been playing with. I took notes. So every time I would have a show, I would be editing it, and I might make certain tweaks to the approaches I was making in terms of the passes for the macro, for I can't bring it up without starting Audacity, if I can remember. So I wonder if I can. If I can run two, I cannot run two instances at the same time. Okay, effects. Okay, so if I change what effects I'm using, in what order or what settings for a particular effect, I would record what those are. And when I started making macros, I would number them, and I would just increment the number as I was going along. So certain shows were used certain effects chains, and as I improved, I would just make a new one. I wouldn't edit the old one. And this means that if I had been experimenting with something and I learned during the listening process, because I apply those and then I listen to the entire track when I'm doing the editing with those audio modifications in mind. And I now have the ability, I'm not very good with it yet, to go back and kind of like roll back the changes that I had made while I'm doing the editing, so that I can take what's called the dry or the unmodified source, the audio, and pull it back down into my working track, the wet track, and make the audio modifications different next time. But if for some reason I learned that the audio was wrong, and that's never happened yet, but it might, I can actually roll back to the previous successful use of my macro chain. And understanding backups and understanding how to recover from stuff is really remarkably hard to keep in your head. I'm an archivist and I understand backups really deeply well, and I will constantly get hit by things I just never really quite thought of, because while you're working on something, you never quite realize that you might make one misstep that would break everything, and that it would be nigh unrecoverable. It's so strange to have that kind of thing be real. Okay, so I will play the game some more, actually. I do have other stuff that I want to talk about. I need to change this game to make it in windowed mode, I think, so that I can use my mouse and my text file, and I'm going to make a note of that right now. There's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to have to edit out of this, but that's going to be part of the challenge of me doing everything on my own. So, other stuff that I want to talk about. So, I do want to talk about the physicality stuff that I'm kind of curious about. Maybe I'll talk about some of the previous projects that I'm going to resurrect now that I'm kind of thinking about this stuff again. I'm going to still maintain, I'm going to do a Wednesday, Sunday thing again as a live stuff, and then I'll probably pursue a little bit every day. My World of Warcraft obligations are waning. I don't like the game. It's just bad now. Everything that's presented for this entire expansion is kind of shit. All of the gimmicks that they introduced are bad. They're bad for reasons that were well understood before, and they've just reused it again. And it's just bad in the exact same predictable manner. Right? Do the same thing, the same results occur. Like shrug, I don't really have faith in them as being good developers. They're just stretching things along and hoping their fans kind of stick around. I don't think I can anymore. And I'm not even able to find ways of having fun. It's a problem. It's a real problem. So that would mean that obligations can be placed there, but the thing is, I'm social enough that having some aspect of socialness in life would actually be really important. So I might go back to something like role-playing. Roll20 has been useful in the past. There are a lot of people that are new to either Roll20 or to role-playing in general that make it challenging, and I don't want to be anywhere near that sort. I'm just not. I'm not in that mood. I'm not in that mood. So playing with experts is also rather. It's hard to find that kind of group. It's hard for me to define certain desires and then play along and enjoy things, and then have some new person be brought in. And if I don't like that new person, it's a very different problem with wanting to enter into a group and not liking somebody and just saying, okay, well, no, this isn't for me. And being with a bunch of people that you like, and then having a new person introduced and going, that person's not for me, but you can't really leave because you've accomplished however much. And so it becomes a problem. And often the membership of a group is determined by there's like a group owner. Usually it's like the game master is the actual person that sets things up, but not necessarily. In all of my experiences, it has been. And so that person will make that choice and will bring in that stranger. And there's not a whole lot of communication in terms of whether or not the rest of the group approves of that person. And so there are some challenging things, and that socialness might actually be appropriate. For example, Dungeons and Dragons and streaming has quote unquote become popular, like for some reason. And there's a bunch of people that will actually watch those streams. And it's kind of comical because, I hate looking at stuff and going, I could do that. It's like, okay, well, easier said than done, but I'm probably a better player than most. I'm probably a better GM than almost all. And So maybe I'll get into and look into that as my replacement for the socialness of doing, say, raiding for something like World of Warcraft. Maybe I'll think about that. We'll see. Maybe I'll wait until the first major patch of content and then make that decision. So in World of Warcraft, you've got the story arc of that particular expansion is you pay a lot of money you pay the AAA cost for just an expansion to an existing game. And then you pay a monthly fee. And that monthly fee is crazy. It's a huge amount. And so you play with a bunch of content that comes out. Sometimes it's time gated. And you play through it. And at some point, Blizzard will announce a new patch. And it's a major patch. It's a content patch, which is they release new content. And it is content in the context of that expansion. So it doesn't require a new purchase. It just comes. And it will introduce new, who knows, right? Usually new raids and dungeons maybe and some other stuff to do. And it tends to obsolete the previous content in that expansion. It's just more powerful gear that's attainable. And they might create catch-up mechanics so that if you're bringing in a new player or a new character into the expansion, you can kind of skip past that earlier stuff to get to the latest and greatest end stuff. And the entire end game rush is a real problem for the game. That Blizzard they're dumb. They're really dumb. And this might happen a number of times throughout the life of an expansion. And the thing is, when you've done the raiding through the first content, the first raids, the first group stuff, and getting the gear and learning the fights and all this kind of stuff, the next set of raids, you're pretty well geared for and can actually enter into them like right away. And that entering into the next stuff, that the gear that drops there is a reasonable replacement for all the earlier stuff. Like just a direct replacement. So a lot of the older stuff is just obsoleted immediately. And what this does is this creates a moment in time when the players can choose to change characters, right? And there's no feeling like, well, if in the middle of a patch, in the middle of progressing through a raid, a character leaves, it's almost as though that character's taken all the gear that they have earned with them, right? And that pool of equipment is removed from the pool of participants in any particular fight, right? So, but if that happens at the end, then it's okay, because that it's kind of like starting from scratch each time a new raid comes out. And so I might wait until the end of this content to just say goodbye and leave, because paying a monthly fee for something is preposterous. And I've got other games that I'm looking at, and I might just stream a whole lot of that stuff, and I might get into D&D again. Who knows? I was kind of curious to see what would happen with something like Dungeons & Dragons version 6 or something like this. Or I might get into Pathfinder, or who knows? I might find people that are streaming and then just prove myself and get into streaming that way. I have a gurgly stomach. I don't know if you can actually hear that on mic. It's kind of awful. Well, that's one thing to improve upon for next time, is make sure I don't snack. Make sure I'm well fed well ahead of time, and then just fast through the show. Anyhow, so I guess I have to read through all these travel tips. Okay, and I'm not going to read them aloud like I used to. Okay, so yes, destroying stuff. What? I didn't know I could tackle dash. Yep, okay, so this is stuff until you attain a map. Wait, what? Until I attain it. I don't know how to obtain maps. Okay, so I want to do Because I know I can... Okay. Now, I don't remember who was in here, but I remember a little bit about left and right having tiny hallways. See, my memory's not so bad. Wait, what's this do? I think it just heals me, right? Okay, I guess. Maybe that was the point. Gong. Village protected by a divine wind. Protected? Okay. 8 spirits. Okay, so that's the poisoned area. Oh. So that's the, that's that village that's poisoned, and then I have to learn how to use wind. I think if I go there, I can just figure it out. But I need to get more, and then I can come back here. Okay, and if I go there and I learned wind, I can blow a bunch of stuff. If I can... Oops, this one. And where was it? Oh, it's over here. Dude with the sign. Oh. Okay, and then back up here. Now I remember this being a dumb mini fight. And what was this? Oh. What was that? Was it a rabbit or something? Yes. That was totally accidental because I was actually looking back at a rock. That's fine. One of the things I should probably do is talk about the quiet computing thing that I was, that I had done a bit of a talk on. And quiet computing has been on my mind since the 90s. And I have a bunch of notes from all the way back then. And so I talked about some of the elements of what would need to be considered if, is that a sign I read? Nope. Don't care. Now, I don't remember where to go from here. To the famous tree. I don't want to go there. Oops. Sorry, sign. And because of something that I've been thinking about for a very long time, it was quite easy to do, to articulate what had been on my mind. And I'm thinking of making a full video on it, but I've never really had the confidence to make videos, which is very strange, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going in that direction. Do I go up there? I still... Oh. So this cat is trying to tell me to go up there to get that clover, but I don't know how to do this stuff. Can't even interact with it. Man, I'm gonna have to look that nonsense up, aren't I? That's so depressing. I want to kind of figure everything out. So this is the cursed village, and I might have to use an Inkfinity in here to explore really quick. So I thought about making a video about quiet computing properly. You know, I'd done this talk and I'd taken some notes. Yeah, this is... Okay, so upgraded my ink. Now, what else? What equipment do I have? What? Okay, so 3. And what do I have that actually just gives me ink? Is that it? So do I have anything? Maybe I just have to like beat up trees and stuff and then run away. Hope I can get ink pots out of trees, however that works. And so I thought about a bunch of the elements from my history of working with computers and thinking about these sorts of things. Aha, they do sell them. Okay. I mean, how incompetent am I? Okay, we'll buy a couple. Can I sell? I'm not selling any of that stuff until I understand how any of it works. And yes, treasures aren't useful for anything at all in this game. So okay, so I need to kill a monster and get a wind? Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I'm not... I just pressed the wrong button. Attack a pass. A little couple there. Do I die if I run out of ink? How does that even work? Oh, it's my favorite comic relief. Bro, wake up. Crimson something or other. So, good. So I don't die. I just have no ink. Okay. And I have no powers. Can I still dash? Okay. Now. Oh, what? Wow, I can't use infinity at all. How am I to do this? Hard mode. Oh, I can't even get ink. Haha! I dodged. This is extra. Oh, no, 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 let me go. Oh. Did I actually get out? No. No. Oh, no, no, no. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Oh, that was not good. Thanks, 91 seconds. At least I didn't die. Okay, so since I can't use infinity, I can't get the ink to blow up that wall, which means I have to decurse this place. What's the point of me doing this? It just gives me... What is that, health? Ah, don't want to randomly jump down there. I can't do anything about that. So we'll jump down to... And I can't do anything about that. So I get a clover as a... How do I get up here? Okay, so that's Serrano. Cursed zone. Can't tell if it's day or night. What was the point of that mechanic there? Okay. Weird magic bamboo. Oh, I missed the minigame. Hi, I'm gonna steal your food. But I want to eat, it's huge. I want to eat that. Mr. Bamboo. Aww. I'm sorry. Is that going to wreck my audio? Barking at a dumb joke. I can't tell if that's right, it says Japanese names. I can't tell if that's a legit Japanese name. And it is meant to be modern or what? Okay, well... So I guess I can't slash it. So what was the point of all this? Why am I here? So I can't go back here until I get my powers. Is there something down here or do I die? Man, this place is creepy at night. I think it's night. Okay, so that is the... That's the windmill that's supposed to be blowing for all of this. I can't use any of those flowers because I have no ink. Okay. So how do I get up there manually? There has to be some other path. Oh, I bet you that path is how I get up there. Which I can't do. So what's this about a monster that I'm probably supposed to fight? Okay. Because, wait, where'd he go? What the? I thought he was sleeping over here. Okay. I don't know where he went. But at least I can wander freely. Maybe talk to some people. Those look like heads that are being strung. I actually have, I guess you might call them beef jerky. A bear. I remember this guy. Give me the orange. There's my lush friend who's upstairs now. Yeah, well, having ink pots doesn't really matter. Thanks for the reward, though. Okay. So my fearless leader is up here. Somewhere. Hi, can I come in? Hey. Yeah, well, I knocked my head against the wall. Does she have a weapon or something? I could train her. She could be my sidekick. I bet you she's got... I bet you she's armed. Hmm. Oh. Oh, fish guys. Okay. Okay, so I have to wander around at night killing bad guys. Or being ambushed by bad guys? I can't remember how it works. Assume doesn't ever help in battle. What's over this? Okay. There you are, lazy lush. Are you drunk? Man, my aim stinks. Why is there a door there? Where does that go? Okay, so I have a contract. What is this thing? A weird ball with a face on it? Okay. What else is in this place? Do I have a well? Oh. So, wind to windmill. Yeah, well, thanks. I don't know how to do the wind thing. And I don't know how to cure that patch of stuff. What kid? There's a kid somewhere here. Let's find a kid. There are two people up here. Oh, it's night. That solves that. There, okay, there are those two people. Now, what's this about a kid? Okay, so that's the bamboo dude up there. This is what? Random laundry? What was this about a kid? Ah. Hey, little buddy. Aw. Filled in with dead grass. I can heal that. Aww. Can I go up there? Second floor? Okay. I think this is the only place I can go. And I can't go up there because I don't have a flower. I can't jump. I think. Pretty sure I can't. Not gonna try. And so I thought about doing this spiel about quiet computing here as a test. I've already done it twice, once on my own, once in the presentation, and then thinking about doing here before making a video. Okay, so I can't get up there either. Where the heck is the windmill? Is it up there? I can't remember. There's some free camera mode. Well, that doesn't help. Okay, well, at any rate. So I don't think going over there does anything right now. But playing a game while talking about something like that is challenging. And I'm not sure how I could edit it to actually make it sensible, even though this is only going to be audio. So what you going to do? Maybe I'll just throw this away because it's practice. Is she like the princess of this town? Uh-oh. Whatever that is. I'm not skipping this. Do I get to learn about him before I fight him? Maybe. No. I have only one fortune? Okay, good. Oh. Okay. Yeah, okay, so... Bestiary. Nope, this new guy's not listed. Well, this is going to be a problem, isn't it? Ooh, I am so bad. Yeah. Haha. Well, at least I'm going in the right direction, I think. Do I save her? Ooh, okay. I miss this guy. So she's a princess and a priestess. So where's she a princess of, if not this place? And who sends the princess out to be a priestess somewhere? Oh, okay. Ooh, I got an achievement. Crimson Helm. Why am I reminded of Spaceballs? Wait. They have warriors? Why aren't they here? Canine warriors? Oh, cool. Oh, man. I don't want to go collecting dogs. Ooh. What the? Nah. Can I bonk this? Nope. Chicken, I will feed you. Come here. Let me love you. Okay. Oh, that's not going to work. I don't think I've been out here. Oh. Uh-oh. It's spinning and blinking. What? Oh, right. I have powers back. Oh. Why are there random chickens up there? Who knows? The monsters put them there. I guess what I'll have to do is I'll have to go all the way back to the entrance. Kind of random. How do I perform the give food function? Okay. One of these buttons. Okay, maybe I can do it here. Like this. Okay. Can you help me fight? Okay, so now this hallway is useless. I know there's some here to the left. Treasure. Oh, and once I understand the winds, I can go up there. And down there is where I'm supposed to be. I don't even know what I saw. Okay, pigs eat seeds. Sure. Okay. Nothing new. Okay. There's the bomb upstairs that I want. I can't help this scroll yet. I can clean this patch. Oh. There's something about... Ah, that's how I do it. I teleport up there. Oh. Of course I'm going to feed you. Can I feed you fish? Aww. No, I don't want. Stay sunny, thanks. I mean, sunnies you can get. Actually, what's that? That was no. And are those like raccoons? I can probably look this stuff up, but I ain't gonna. Oops. Sorry, bro. What? You want to explain why a dog is buried in a cave? Like, what? This... That's it? Really? There's just a dog in a cave. Not even a cave. It trapped. Trapped inside. Okay. So that was weird. Oh, he's gonna challenge me again. Oh, I guess I should beat the challenge. Ha! Parried his explosion. That should be a record. 15 seconds. Sweet. Okay. Now let's never do that again. Okay. Hey, birds. Now where do I... Okay, I'm just gonna follow my dude. Come here, tracker dude. Where am I going? What the heck? What's that? Free bird. Ha ha ha. Oh. I haven't gotten myself mixed into anything. It's just a random dog. What? What? I'm a game. The animation on that one's weird. The model is kind of broken with the shadows. Okay. Really? Okay, good. Where is she again? Wait, why is it blinking? Oh, I can like... Yeah, stop that. I'm just trying to run fast. I don't need to go up there. Can I go up there? It's an unhappy person way up there. Oh, it's a dog. Oh, I'm gonna have to fight this guy. I have weapons. What are you gonna do, dog? Okay, so he's dangerous. I don't want to kill him. You think? What? She has floating orbs. Did those mean something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? No, I'm seeing... Yeah, I am seeing 5 colors. Oh, we're missing a few. Oh, man. At least they're on my map. Do they stay on my map? Because it would be really inconvenient. Can I keep one? Do I... Do I float that up? How does this work? Nope. And another one. I don't even really want to go in here because I can't deal with this entire environment. Oh, is this a training ground? Oh. Guess not. Well, 10 minutes and then I'm going to go on a break. And I think what I'll do is I'll upload this to just kind of privately and have it around. Because I haven't really talked about anything particularly useful, but I've had a lot of fun playing. I really do want to play Disgaea because it is a fan diddly-tastic game and I can just grind. Probably don't have to think too much. Okay. What's up there? I probably shouldn't even be going here because I was given stuff on a map. Oh. Okay, good. I can't anyway. Well, let's go. Then why can't I look? Okay, so there's a mountain. Okay. This is just a lot to take in. I probably shouldn't have come here at all. Okay. Why wouldn't they let me look around? I mean, this is not a challenging area to have coded. Even if it doesn't have anything else that's useful in it. Is it a perspective issue? They didn't want to have a huge area there. Okay, so I'm supposed to just leave, I suppose. And if I notice some stuff on the way... Warp speed. Warp speed. Oh, crap. No! No, continue warp speed, damn it. Hey, where is she? Okay, so she's gone. I have some treasures I don't know what to do with. I need to get that silly thing that helps me collect coins easier. Okay, so floaty stuff. do I want to explore? Voids. Well, the entire ink thing was a pain. I'm glad I didn't spend more money than I did. Can I kill him? Okay. Okay, where will this take me? Oh, someplace interesting. Or really freaking far away. Don't drop me, don't drop me. Oops, sorry dude. What the? Where? What? There's not supposed to be floating islands? Oh, wait. Oh, I don't see anything. Oops. Where? Celestial plane. Hello, random monkey. I will give you dog food. Oh, crap. One, two, three, something like this. Hey, it worked! Ah, I can remember stuff now. Cool. I was not able to do that properly. It'll get harder later. Oh, whatever. Treasure. Just have gold. Oh. Can I do them both at once? I guess I can't. So, okay. Can I just jump down? Ah. Oh, I can jump down onto this roof. I wondered about this. But there's nothing up here. Oops, I'm dumb. And I need to get the winds to go up there. And it needs to be night for the monster hunting. Okay. How many was it? 3 dogs? Oops. Oh, and they are marked. Yes. Can I make it dark? Oops. I can't make it dark. Oh, because I haven't learned how. What a pain. Where's that go? Nowhere. Oh, where? I don't like the look of you. Oh, I didn't get any fangs. Oh, that stinks. I don't care about getting yen. Why? Oh, that's why that bamboo cage was being made. Oh, I can't. I just remembered I can't save. That is rather awkward. See, here's where I would go on a break. Oh, kidnapped daughter in bamboo cage. Go to Sparrow people. Rescue dog. Okay. I think I'm actually going to call it early. This is an interesting experiment. And thank you all for listening, for the people that have been lurking. And bye-bye.